Good evening. Back at it again after 28 hours of a barometric pressure headache that started 2 nights ago at about 8 o'clock. Lasted about 28 hours. Interesting. This barometric pressure headache was definitely different. It was very strong. It how it's been going on for the last 10 years, I would say. It slowly happens, begins and peaks, and then slowly disappears. And it peaked, and then it slowly went away. But it took about, let's say, 12 hours for it to fade away. It was about 2 in the afternoon, a little bit ago, that I still feel a little bit, but it just feels, from what I've learned, it's the brain, however, it adjusts to the change of the barometric pressure of the planet. That's kind of what I've learned. Even though there's many opinions on what this is all about, that's just my opinion. I believe I deal with barometric pressure changes that happen in the planet. That's like the brain has to adjust to the quick change of the weather, of which is the barometric pressure in the air. And then the brain adjusts. And when it adjusts, it's like I said, right now I feel my brain is, I have very little pain. But anyways, oh, I forgot the timer. Whoops. Got a timer here, and I'm still experimenting about the videos. Like I said, my goal, I want to utilize these videos, like maybe like 5-6 minute long videos, to help new disciples that I'm believing I'll develop a friendship with, then be able to pass on needed or essential information to help them get started, where it's on video that they can go to. So it's just I'm thinking that futuristically. But anyways, that's why I'm primarily kind of, this is all experimental. I'm just trying to grasp the whole technology of this, because my whole life, for the last 30 years or so, I've always used paper, and I still do. Write on little pieces of paper. I'll write it, then I'll cut it up and kind of make it a little handout sheet, and then I'll hand a sheet out to anybody actually, but disciples of any age, but especially new disciples, information that I believe will help them begin and get started. And I kind of emphasize some scriptures, some topics that I believe that they should learn about or look into. But that's what I've done. I've been doing that since 1990s, where I write little handout sheets. I write my own little kind of like tracks in a sense, but I hand them out to people that have awakened to follow Jesus. It's not like I don't just like hand out sheets to people. That but that there's a possibility of doing something like that. I've done that before. But anyways, getting back to my purpose, these videos, I'm kind of experimenting, and anyone that's watching this video, you're participating in the groundworks, the organic element of me. I'm just trying to learn and grasp about videos, time and length and stuff, and it's kind of a unique thing, because I think now I'm gonna see what I've been doing is I'm trying to correlate as I'm learning. I want to pass on possible information that anyone that's watched this video that'll help you in your life, because I truly believe, I'm a firm believer in anybody that calls himself a follower of Jesus. I believe that the spiritual parenting part of helping a new disciple is part of the primaries. I teach that. I try to pass it off to people that I train, even though there's many different opinions about it. But I believe that is a primary. Well, in my study of history throughout all the centuries, what I've seen is this. Because the predominant emphasis of organized religion, it's like the pastor church system that they set up, the building, the place, kind of took the place as if you do your own study, I've done it every century, you'll see how it happened to where the primary duty, I would say, of a disciple, which would be to go out and reap and kind of introduce someone to follow Jesus yourself, instead of introducing someone to come to church or to, man, I'm gonna get this person to church so maybe they can get saved. They can listen to the pastor. So something. See, years ago, I got this message. Are we taxing people to the church, or are we rescue squads that are getting people saved right in the spot? See, there's where either we're just telling people to come to church, inviting people. There's the buzzer. One more minute? Okay, one more minute. I'm going to do one more minute. So what I found in my study, kind of in a general sense, people that follow Jesus are either just, they go out and live life, and then they have opportunity. They more so invite someone to church, more so than invite someone to follow Jesus. And here's where I come at the element. Are we taxis for Jesus? Or are we rescue squads getting people saved on spot? And here's where any of you that are following Jesus, observe your life and see your own thoughts about that. Because I truly believe that's a serious element that when you study the centuries, you'll see how that tables got turned, where the duty of the believer, the follower, to invite people to follow Jesus kind of took a back seat. And more so, people were just all about just inviting people to church. Maybe the pastor can get them saved. All these different ideas. See, I'm a firm believer. We're all equipped. Everybody, I'm a firm believer. If you're born again, if you're a follower of Jesus, you're equipped. You're adequate. You can do it. It's very, very simple to invite someone to follow Jesus instead of inviting them to church. And nothing wrong with inviting people to church. Nothing wrong with that at all. But it's got to be done in priority. See, that's where, to me, the priority is whether someone's going to, in a sense, feel the need to, man, I'm going to invite this person to church. Maybe they can get saved. Or inside thinking, wow, I'm going to see I don't know how I can invite this person to Jesus. And I somehow try to present the good news to this person. Maybe they'll want to follow Jesus. And then I can introduce them to secure their salvation. But anyways, let's think about that. The buzzer went off. But yes, but anyways, that just was on my mind for a second there. I'm going to turn this off. There we go.